Today, I wanted to tell a story about a night where I was being spiritually attacked. Now, if you're new here, my name is Tiffany, and this is my new YouTube channel called Growing Up Shaman, where I tell true stories about non ordinary reality from the perspective of a shaman. Now, the night that I'm about to talk about was like kind of the last straw, but I had been having experiences in this home for the whole time, essentially, that I had lived there. And I had already met my shamanic teacher, and so I was a practicing shaman at the time. I would do healings and blessings on homes and people and places. And so, anyways, I would try to do a blessing on my own home, which wasn't really technically mine, it was my brother's. But my brother didn't allow me to bless the whole home. He said I was only allowed to do the upstairs area, which was my bedroom and my bathroom. So I did that, and this seemed to piss off whatever was there because it suddenly no longer had free reign. And so all around the periphery of the area where I had done a blessing, it was very active. And when I say active, I mean like the cabinets in the kitchen would slam shut and the toilet seat would slam shut. And yeah, people would claim to experience a dark shadow pass by them and whatnot. And so I tried to keep my area clean, but I wasn't always successful at keeping the spirit out of my area. But anyway, so this one night, um, my boyfriend and I are there alone, and he says he's going to go over to a friend's house to go pick up something, and he's going to be right back. The friend only lived about 5 minutes away, so I was not expecting him to be gone long. But while he was away, I actually fell asleep. And While I was in this half asleep, half awake state, I heard somebody walk in the front door. And that didn't surprise me because I was expecting my boyfriend to come back, or my brother if he wanted to come home. But what I wasn't expecting was to hear silence after someone entered the door. So this kind of spooked me because we kind of lived in a sketchy area. And so I decide to peek out my bedroom door and look down the stairs, because if you look down the stairs, you could see the uh, the the front door, and then you could also see the bathroom. And I couldn't see anybody, but what I saw was movement in the bathroom, and I was suddenly relieved because I thought to myself, "Oh, my brother's home. He just went to the restroom." And I was like, "Hey, Mario, I was wondering who came in." And there was silence, no response. So that freaked me out. So I just go downstairs and I open the door and I see there's nobody in that bathroom. So that freaked me out. So I run back upstairs and I call my brother and my boyfriend and I ask them both, "Hey, did you just come home and then turn around and leave? Because I heard someone walk in the door, but nothing else." And both of them tell me, no, they have not been home. And my boyfriend says, "I'm coming back right now." So he ends up coming back right away. But in the meanwhile, I'm still there by myself upstairs, and I am sensing something around me very strongly. And in fact, I'm seeing movement out of the corner of my eyes. And so every time I would turn to see what it was that I thought I saw moving, it had moved again. And it felt like this, whatever was in my room with me, was surrounding me. And so it just seemed to be going in circles around me, and it was freaking me out. And so I decided I was just going to start taking pictures of the room, of nothing in particular, just the room. And so as I'm doing this, the very first picture that I look at freaks me out. The whole third top of the room was filled with black smoke. I didn't know what to think of that. I was so freaked out. I just immediately did something stupid and deleted that picture. And I wish to God I had not, because I would love to have that picture to share with you guys right now, because it was totally unexplainable. Nothing was burning in the room, and surely not as much that would require that amount of smoke that I saw in the picture. I mean, the whole room was filled with black smoke. So I'm freaked out, and I am at this point sitting on the couch, not on the couch, on my bed, when my boyfriend comes in, and he runs up the stairs and comes into the room, and he kind of halfway shuts the door behind him, and he's talking to me while I'm sitting on the bed, and he's trying to calm me down, and suddenly I see movement right behind him. I saw something, it seemed like it was running up the stairs, and so I go like this to see what it was that I saw that was moving behind him. And as soon as he sees me looking behind him, he turns around too. And right when he turned around, the this mop that had been sitting at the top of the stairs, just resting in one of the corners, threw itself at my door. And it was loud, but it did not move that door 1 inch. The door stayed ajar, which did not make sense to me. But so my boyfriend, he was like, "What the hell was that?" He opens the door completely, and the mop just falls down the rest of the way. And we were like, "What in the heck?" That mop had been sitting there for 2 weeks and had not moved. So why it decided to fall all of a sudden is beyond me. But whatever. Anyways, after that happened, it seemed to take all the energy out of this entity because all of the activity stopped afterwards. So I'm not sure if it ran out of energy because it used it all up, or if because I felt safe all of a sudden now that my boyfriend was in the room with me and it no longer had fear to feed off of. I don't know. Who knows? But it stopped, and that's all I cared about. It wasn't the last I heard of that entity, but it was the last I experienced of it that night. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the story. It's very much true. If you did, don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for listening. Bye.